So, hi again, it's me, Dr. Arlene, and I'm going to share another story with you. I promised I would share the story of the time when I was translated from one place to another, but at least I believe that's what happened, and I'm going to keep my promise. So, here goes. Uh, there was a morning when a friend of mine called me and she told me, there was a friend, a lady that she knew who was missing, and the lady lives in Barbados, which is a Caribbean island. And she said, I'm going to pray, and I want you to look in the spirit and see if you can tell where she is. And I was wondering to myself, why would she call me then? Shouldn't she call somebody who is really gifted in, prophetic ministry and all of these things? Shouldn't she, it was way above my pay grade. And so I said, sure, okay. If I don't know why you think I'm gonna know where she is, but go ahead. And so she started praying, and then I actually saw a woman. I remember it today. I mean, she had mid-length brown hair. She was lying down in a wooded area, heavily wooded area, with a leaf kind of stuck to her forehead. And she looked like she was sweaty or just moist, like matted. And this leaf was just kind of stuck there. And so when she finished praying, I said, well, I did see something. I saw a woman. She was lying. She has mid-length, kind of not very, very long brown hair. And, she looked unconscious, but I'm not sure. She was in a heavily wooded area. And so she said, okay, great, thank you. And she says, I'm going to go tell them. And I thought, you're going to tell people based on what I think I saw? But I didn't say anything, So off she went, and I was finished with the whole deal. So it was in the morning, and I was about to get ready for work. And so I stepped into my bathroom. And while I was in there, I got undressed and was about to walk towards the shower because I like to take showers in the morning. I was walking towards the shower when all of a sudden my bathroom just, how can I explain it? It just fell away. And all of a sudden, I was in a heavily wooded area. And there was not a path, but a clearing. And there was the same woman lying down, just looking unconscious. And there were 9 angels forming a semicircle on the other side, the far side of her. Now, when you see all of this, you think, oh my gosh. But the first thought that came to my mind, I have to tell you, was, am I naked? And so, with trepidation, I kind of looked down to see if I had clothes on. And fortunately, I had some modest clothing, which looked kind of whitish or cream colored or light gray, something around that. But I was satisfied that, okay, I have clothes on. And so I turned my attention back to the lady who was just lying there. And I didn't have to count the angels. It was very odd because I just knew that there were 9. And then I knew without having to be told what my purpose to be there was, you know? And so I just started walking towards her. I knew I had to pray for her soul to return to her body. And so that's exactly what I did. I knelt beside her. I had one hand on her chest and one on her head. And I prayed that her soul would return to her body. It felt like I prayed for about 5 minutes. And then I felt like I was finished. So I stood up and backed away a little bit, not knowing what next to do. And the moment I backed away, the whole bathroom just swallowed up the whole forest scene. And here I was, no clothes on, and standing in my bathroom again. And so I thought, that was weird, but that was fun. It was so much fun. And I thought, well, okay. So I called my friend and I told her, and she said, oh, wow, that's cool. But the thing that really struck me was that by about 3 o'clock that afternoon, my friend had sent me a photo of the lady, and I realized it was the same person. And by 3 o'clock that afternoon, I heard news that the lady had actually not known what happened to her. So she might have been unconscious and she stumbled upon a farmhouse from a heavily wooded area. So I'm like, wow. So that was the time, that was my first moment of translation. What I think would prove it for me is if someone had come into the bathroom and not seen me, or maybe even seen a shadow of me praying, but I don't know. The only thing I know is my part of the experience, and it was totally cool. It was so much fun. I didn't think I was crazy up to this point because there were a few other supernatural things that had happened that made me realize that God is just fun. He's just gloriously fun. And your life can be really fun if you go to the next level with God. And so, another time when I believe I was translated, well, I'll tell you about that time after, because that was I think it was my first trip to heaven to see what heaven was like. And since then, I've made a painting about what I've seen there. And the painting cannot even come close to what I saw, but I'll describe that for you in the next video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut this video here. I'm not even going to change my clothes. I'm just going to run into that video, but I'm just going to stop this one here. If you want to see me, you can check part 2, and I'll tell you the heaven visit story, the visit to heaven. Okay, take care. Bye for now.